prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to AudienHearing.com. That's AUDIEN Hearing.com.
Here's the Wall Street Business Report.
Well, stocks fell on Wall Street following a disappointing update on inflation. But gains for Amazon and other influential big tech companies helped to mask the losses, and the S&P 500 edged up less than 0.1%. The Dow and NASDAQ composite were little changed. The hotter-than-expected inflation report forced traders to second-guess the widespread consensus that the Federal Reserve will deliver relief next month by cutting interest rates. Treasury yields rose in the bond market. Tapestry, the company behind Coach, sank 15.7% after detailing how much profit it could lose from tariffs and duties. The Dow was down 11 points to close at 44,911. The NASDAQ lost 2 to 21,710. The S&P 500 was up 2 to 6468. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott.
News and analysis at townhall.com.
On Point Weather is made possible by our friends at Palmetto Citizens Federal Credit Union on 107 The Point.
Here's tonight's forecast. Cloudy with a 30% chance. We get some overnight rain and the low dipping down to 75. Tomorrow it's more clouds than sunshine. The high is 92, and we give a 30% chance for rain in the afternoon. For the weekend, Saturday gives us about a 40% chance we get some storms, but Sunday looking wonderful. Mostly sunshine-filled skies, a high of 91. I'm Cal Moss with your On Point local weather.
WQXL Columbia, W264DF.
Grills, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces. Summer sizzle starts with Bart. This is 107 The Point. This is The Point. Make The Point.
This is Sports Talk with Phil Kornblut and Chris Bergen. Sports Talk is heard across the state on radio affiliates of the Sports Talk Media Network and is streaming live on SportsTalkSC.com, as well as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. The South Carolina Education Lottery lucky number to call in is 888-898-2525. That's 888-898-2525. Now, here are Phil and Chris with tonight's edition of Sports Talk.
All right, great to be with you on this big Thursday night of Sports Talk here on the Sports Talk Media Network. Welcome in. Hope you've had a wonderful day doing whatever it is you happen to be doing. And we appreciate you spending the next 2 hours with us here on Sports Talk as we continue on the Palmetto Pigskin Tour presented by Discover, PalmettoSportsConnections.com. It's a mouthful, but there's a lot there. Discover PalmettoSportsConnections.com. And we are at the Citadel tonight. Always love coming to the Citadel. Coach Maurice Drayton did a great job last year getting this program back in a very positive direction. And they'll be looking to build on that going into this season. We'll have the coach with us and a couple of the Bulldog players at 7:05. We're going to hear from Dabo Sweeney. The Clemson Tigers had their final preseason scrimmage today inside Death Valley, and he gave an overview on that. We'll have some notes on that coming up to talk about in a moment as well. We'll also hear from South Carolina's wide receiver, the former Coastal Carolina wide receiver, now at South Carolina, Jared Brown, who is expected to be one of the leaders in that receivers room this year. If they can keep him healthy, had a little bit of an injury thing last year, keep him healthy, he could be a very big contributor to the wide receiver room at South Carolina this season. And a conversation with NASCAR star. I think we put him in the star category. He's got, I think, 14 career wins, 3 this year. Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell is in Columbia tonight to throw out the first pitch at the Fireflies game. So we talked to him this afternoon about pitching and about what kind of pitch he was going to throw tonight. So it'll be a little bit dated because it will have already happened by the time we run it, but still, it's a good conversation. We talked about Darlington. We talked about what's going on this season in NASCAR, and we'll have that for you tonight as well, plus some recruiting to talk about. So we got a full boat, a full load for you on this big Thursday night. Chris Bergen at the Berge Palace in Sardis, and the plumber Josh Cohen back at our studios in Columbia. Our phone number, 888-898-2525. That is the South Carolina Education Lottery lucky number by which you can reach us here tonight on Sports Talk. Bergie, good to have you with us. I know you've been monitoring the Dabo Swinney stuff today and the Clemson scrimmage. Did he seem like a coach who is satisfied after 2 scrimmages and ready to turn the page to get ready for the season opener?
Yes. Yeah, he really did, Phil. He sounded like a guy who's very confident in what he's seen thus far from his team and what he's going to roll out to begin this season against LSU. Really high praise for a lot of the guys. As a matter of fact, pointed out Jaheim Lawson and, again, Christopher Vizina. They've been talking him up a good bit. It'll be interesting to see. And he said, his quote is, I hope we can play him when we want to. But if we've got to have him, I think he'll be ready for us. So he's obviously not going to see the field very much in competitive games, and certainly unless there's an injury to Cade Klubnik. But he seems pretty confident in him. And I guess Tiger fans right off the bat want to know, Adam Randall did participate in the scrimmage today and evidently broke off a very nice run, according to Coach Swinney. So as we anticipated earlier in the week, Phil, that injury to his lower leg of some sort, it was not at least that severe that it kept him out of the scrimmage today.
Yeah, the other good news for Clemson related to injuries, Walker Parks, who had a knee injury of some sort and didn't know how severe that was, just that he had been dealing with a knee injury, and apparently he's okay, and they expect him to be able to start against LSU, barring anything unforeseen happening between now and then, so the Tigers get some good news from that standpoint. Meantime,
before you move on, if you don't mind, let me do my best Dabo on Walker Parks, because that's how he opened up the press conference. That was the first question he got, and said, he'll be all right. He'll be good to go.
Well, he no doubt has seen the reporting and probably heard from some people, but and he knows what's going on inside his program. So that's good news for the Tigers. Meantime, nothing coming out of South Carolina. No media with South Carolina until next week. So everything that's happening over there is pretty much behind the scenes. Things that you might read or hear from people who are talking to people who might tell them something. It seems like over at South Carolina on the offensive line that Tree Babalati is looking at perhaps taking over that right tackle spot from Kason Henry, which would tell you how good Babalati is playing here in camp. And also, we know Kason Henry's a good player and a starter. If that were to happen, that'd give you, either way you're going to have some usable depth. Babalati can also play guard. I don't think Henry is a swing guy. I think he's strictly a tackle guy. So you're talking about perhaps Babalati starting at that right tackle position, which the competition continues, of course, probably all the way up until the week of the opening game. And then the center spot seems to be pretty much set with Boaz Stanley there. The left side seems to be pretty well set with the guys who've been running a first team there. Right guard still seems to be a little bit of a competition. Shed Surratt, the true freshman from Gaffney, is making a strong push for that starting job at right guard. So still got some competition going on there as well. Competition is good. Competition makes everybody better. And we'll see who emerges if and when we get a preseason depth chart from the Gamecocks at some point. Okay. Let's see what else we have to tell you tonight here on Sports Talk. Plummer, do we have a couple of more Southern 500, Cookout Southern 500 tickets and a couple of more tickets to the truck race to give away? I know how I learned last night, don't say anything bad about the truck race. Truck race is beautiful. Love the truck race. What do we got?
Well, we have 4 tickets to the Cookout Southern 500, and we have 8 tickets left to the truck race. That's on Saturday, and I believe it's the Sober Slammer 200.
Yeah, you'll figure that out one day. Sober or Slammer. Hopefully you won't. Hopefully you'll never be posed with that question there, Plummer. So we won't give them all away tonight, but we can give away 2 and 2. We can give away 2 more tickets to the Coca-Cola Southern 500 and 2 more tickets to
Cookout.
Yeah, what'd I say?
Coca-Cola is actually up in Charlotte.
Why do I always say that?
They sponsor the big long race over Memorial Day.
Yeah, I know that. The Cookout Southern 500, and as well as the truck race on Saturday. So we have another trivia question. People were very good at jumping on the trivia question last night. So let's give you another Darlington-related trivia question. dreamed up by Matt Smith. So if you don't like the question, you can blame Smitty. So the trivia question is this. It's a who am I question. Okay? This is typical Smitty, right, Bergie? Typical Smitty. Who am I question. I am a NASCAR Hall of Famer that racked up 390 top 10 finishes driving for some of the sport's most famed car owners, including Bud Moore, Junior Johnson, Dygard, and Rick Hendrick, before forming my own team. I finished in the top 5 7 times before capturing my first Southern 500 checkered flag in a range-shortened race running for a team I owned. Who am I? That's a good question. That's a very good question. Who is that? Who is that had 390 top 10 finishes, is in the NASCAR Hall of Fame, drove for some great owners, finished in the top 5 7 times at Darlington before winning his first Southern 500. Who is that individual? If you happen to know, our phone number 888-898-2525. South Carolina Education Lottery, lucky number to reach us. So, CBSSports.com today, Brad Crawford in particular, a writer for CBSSports.com, issued preseason projections for the postseason. Not an easy thing to do, Bergie, to sit here in August and project what's going to be happening in December. But, hey, that's what people do this time of the year. They do these projections. It gives everybody something to talk about, and it makes people either happy or mad. So he projects, this is CBS Sports, Brad Crawford, he is projecting in the first round of the playoffs, he is projecting Notre Dame against LSU at Notre Dame. That would be a 5 versus a 12. Texas Tech against Miami, an 8 versus a 9, and that would be in Lubbock with Texas Tech hosting. Alabama, the 6th seed, against number 11 Boise State in Tuscaloosa, and number 7 Georgia against number 10 Oregon, and that would be in Athens. So South Bend, Lubbock, Tuscaloosa, and Athens hosting. And then those winners advancing to play in order, the number 1 seed Texas, that would be in the Sugar Bowl. That would be the winner of Notre Dame. I'm sorry, that would be the winner of Texas Tech and Miami, the 8-9 winner. The number 2 seed Penn State would play the 7-10 winner. That'd be Georgia, Oregon. The number 3 seed Clemson would play the 6-11 winner in Miami, and that would be Alabama, Boise State. By the way, the Penn State, the number 2 seed, would be in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl. Number 1 seed Texas would be at the Sugar Bowl. Number 3 seed Clemson at the Orange Bowl. And the number 4 seed Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl would play the 5-12 winner, either Notre Dame or LSU, and that would be in the Cotton Bowl in Arlington. As far as the rest of the bowl games, he does have South Carolina playing in Tampa against Nebraska on December 31st. That would be the ReliaQuest Bowl, South Carolina versus Nebraska. He does not have Coastal Carolina in any postseason game.
Ouch.
Yeah. So what do you think of all that? Is Clemson going to be – they're going to have that kind of – if he's picking Clemson to be the number 3 seed, then he's forecasting Clemson to be probably undefeated, because that means that they're going to beat LSU, since he has LSU ranked lower, going to beat LSU, right, going to beat South Carolina and run the table in the ACC.
Yeah, I mean, they would almost have to, because you anticipate, though I don't know how Texas is, because we talked to Mike Morgan about this last week and asked him in his mind, he didn't think anybody would go undefeated, certainly not in the SEC. So for Texas to be the number 1 overall seed coming out of the Southeastern Conference field, they would have to go, I would think, at worst, 11-1 during the regular season, 12-1 with an SEC championship game win. That seems like an awfully tall order for anybody.
The fact that he does not have South Carolina in the playoffs, that's kind of throwing some cold water on all the Gamecock talk there. Again, this is one person's opinion. I think the Gamecocks will have a team capable of being in every game they play. I think they'll have a team that's capable of winning in every game they play. So how do you do that? How do you win every game? You got to play at a high level. You got to protect the football. Do all the things, the little things that help you win ball games. You can't have a letdown. You can't have a mental breakdown here or there. Is South Carolina capable of doing that? Do they have the talent? I think, does South Carolina have the talent to be able to do that, to win enough games to get into the postseason? I think they do, Bergie. I look at this roster, I look at this two deep, and I see a team filled with some quality players from top to bottom. Not all of them homegrown, some, of course, coming off the transfer wire. And you have to hope, like a guy like who we heard from last night, the defensive tackle, Gabriel Dindy, middle name. Come on, people. Gabriel Brownlow Dindy. If he plays big, like he is capable of playing based on his high school credentials, he went to Texas A&M for 3 years, only played in 8 games, only made 3 tackles. There's got to be more in him than that, right? There's got to be something else. And what you hope you're getting is that you're reaching down and you're hitting that hot button there, and he's going to emerge and be that guy. And you got Barrett probably playing next to him in his final season. You kind of hope that he grows up and he's that guy. I know those are question marks for South Carolina, but there's reason to believe that they're going to be bigger on the offensive and defensive lines and more capable of holding up across the board in SEC play. So, again, I see a South Carolina team that's got good enough players, and I think they're going to be coached well enough to have a chance to win every single game that they play this year.
Well, you look back to last season with the exception of the Ole Miss game where they were just outclassed for whatever reason. I didn't think Ole Miss was that much better than USC, but they proved it on the field. Outside of that game, they were in every game last year that they had a chance to win every game. They should have won the LSU game. They could have won the Alabama game. And then certainly the only one that stands out, at least in the regular season, was the Ole Miss game as sort of an outlier. And then I don't know what happened in the bowl game. That was just a weird game all the way around. They did not look sharp. They did not play well on offense, and just a weird game to lose to Illinois the way they did.
Yeah, you're right. There was emotions were getting out of hand there because of what was going on. I think that Bielema kind of got under Beamer's skin there, and maybe he won that psychological battle to some degree.
I think so.
And, in fact, they have the new rules have come out, right? You were telling me today that the waving of the arms, the T formation, so to speak, has been eliminated?
Yeah, the T-bar now is if you indicate that signal, the play is dead. It's going to be basically ruled a fair catch. So you won't have that anymore. So that's probably going to be called the Shane Beamer rule.
Yeah, no advancing. Okay, we're going to hit the break and come back and give away these tickets and get into other phone calls. The number, 888-898-2525. Also, if you want to send us a text message, you prefer that, our text number is 803-900-4847. 803-900-4847. We're at the Citadel, and we're happy to be behind the walls inside this great institution. They'll be with us at 7:05.
75 years. One reputation, too tough to tame. The Lady in Black doesn't care who you are, rookie or vet, playoffs favorite or long shot. 75 years of scraped walls, battle scars, and history made the hard way. This Labor Day weekend, be there to write the next chapter of the Cookout Southern 500. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Darlington Raceway, August 30th and 31st. Get your tickets now at darlingtonraceway.com.
The difference with Lawyer Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa Hosteller Brown. Did you know your will is designed for your assets to pass through the probate court? If you want to keep your loved ones out of court, a revocable trust is a great place to start. Visit lawyerlisa.com for more information and to see how we can help.
Call Lawyer Lisa. Experience the difference with Lawyer Lisa.
7511 St. Andrews Road, Irmo, South Carolina.
Hi, Phil Kornblut here with our good friend George Bryan III. Heard every Friday night on Birdies, Bogeys, and Biceps right here on Sports Talk. George, the Tsunami Bar, a very valuable tool for golfers. Why is that?
Well, the first thing that I say is the tempo. It's the only tool out there that allows the study of tension right from the first grab to be expressed, and rhythm and tempo is what makes the bar work, and it gives you something awfully special to keep those hands soft and get that rhythm going.
Learn more about Tsunami Bar technology by clicking on the digital ad on our website, SportsTalkSC.com, and save 5% by purchasing online using the promo code BBB5.
Straight Up Sports is simply all sports all the time. Straight Up Sports is a collection of retired and award-winning sports writers and sports broadcasters from around South Carolina, like Bob Gillespie from the State Newspaper, Scott Kiefer from the Greenville News, and Mark Sturgis from ESPN Upstate. Straight Up Sports is about the stories, just like the days gone by with no editors nor managers involved. Check us out on Facebook or Twitter or online at straightupsports.net.
Our buddy Dennis Brunson just reminded us, and good call on his part, that bowl game with South Carolina and Illinois, the Nick Emanwari hanging them up at halftime, that didn't help the Gamecocks either.
No, that's a great point. Have one of your leaders quit on you at halftime.
Yeah, the mental state that that had to put you in as well to have that happen. So thank you for that, Dennis. All right, to the phones, 888-898-2525, giving away a couple of tickets to the Cookout Southern 500 and the truck race as well coming up at Darlington. We're going to hear from Christopher Bell. Stay tuned for that interview later. I think you'll enjoy hearing what he has to say. So we go to Andy in Columbia. Andy's going to take a shot at the trivia question. He doesn't strike me as the NASCAR type.
I hung up to call back so I would get out of line. So why don't you put me on hold until someone answers it?
You know what?
Because you know what? I don't care about going to the races.
Let me have some applause. Can we get a round of applause? That's big. Thank you.
That is
good. It's a big man that will do that. Sacrificing. He's sacrificing. Andy would have made a good Citadel cadet, I think. I think he would have come here and really been a good soldier. Let's go to Rob in Charleston then.
Rob dropped.
Rob has dropped. Let's
go to Jimmy.
Jimmy, also in Charleston. Okay, Jimmy, you're first up tonight. What you got?
I'm guessing Darrell Waltrip.
Plummer, is it Darrell Waltrip? Man, that's a good. How'd you know that?
I'm a NASCAR fan.
And what NASCAR fan would not know that, I ask?
True.
So Darrell Waltrip won 4 spring races at Darlington before he won the 92 Southern 500. Do you remember who his sponsor was on the number 17?
I think it was Tide, and I think that's when he did his little victory dance thing.
Well,
if I remember correctly.
It was actually Western Auto.
Oh, it was, okay, Parts America.
And it was his 84th and final victory. How about that? I didn't realize that, Bergie, that Darrell Waltrip's last win came at Darlington.
I thought that was the most interesting part of the question.
Surprised about that as well.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. You going to make it to the race?
Yes, sir.
Well, you got tickets. You got good tickets coming. Tickets for the Cookout Southern 500 as well as for the Sober or Slammer truck race on Saturday, which I've never been to a truck race. Everybody says it's a hoot. Bergie loves it.
It is.
Oh, you like them too? You like the truck races?
Yeah, last year I was in the pits.
Doing what?
I was with Napa, and they have several. One, of course, X was driving for them last year, and we were actually able to get into the pits with them.
That's cool, man. That's cool. All right, we're going to send you 2 tickets to the Sunday race. We're going to send you 4 tickets to the truck race. How about that?
sounds terrific. Thank you.
You got it. Hang on. Let the plumber get your name information, and you'll have those tickets by – how long does it take you, plumber, to get those tickets to them?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Sounds great.
We don't mess around. We're efficient. We're efficient here on Sports Talk.
That's very efficient.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We thank you. Appreciate that. Okay.
That was about the last big thing Western Auto did.
I used to love Western Auto.
Because they went out of business about 10 years later.
Well, every small town in South Carolina had a Western Auto, did they not?
There's no doubt.
And, you'd go to Western Auto and you'd sit on the Western Flyer bicycles, and you could get a bicycle or you could get fishing gear. What could you not find at Western Auto back in the day? Seriously. Our Western Auto had 8-track tapes. You could buy 8-track tapes at the Western Auto in dear old
You're kidding.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Wow.
I bought one time. Sly and the Family Stone. I don't know why I bought it, but I did. Sly and the Family Stone.
Those are two things that Josh Cohen has never heard of in his life. Western Auto and 8-track tapes.
Yeah. 8-track tapes were the thing. Those were back in those days, that was quality music, stereo. You
had to drive around. If your favorite song, once it played, you had to keep driving around because there was no rewind on 8-track tapes.
Right.
So you had to keep driving around until it came back up.
That's exactly right. And boy, if those tapes got mushed up, if the little tape got wrinkled or anything, you had some funny lyrics coming out of those things. Have you ever got a crease in the tape?
Oh, you were done. Yep.
Jimmy, we thank you, man. By the way, I saw in the news. Maybe I saw this somewhere else. Rick Hendrick is buying another auto dealership in Columbia. He's taking over Love Chevrolet out in West Columbia. So he's taking another shot at a dealership in Columbia. We'll be back.
On Point Weather is made possible by our friends at Palmetto Citizens Federal Credit Union on 107 The Point.
Here's tonight's forecast. Cloudy with a 30% chance. We get some overnight rain and the low dipping down to 75. Tomorrow, it's more clouds than sunshine. The high is 92, and we give a 30% chance for rain in the afternoon. For the weekend, Saturday gives us about a 40% chance we get some storms, but Sunday looking wonderful. Mostly sunshine-filled skies, a high of 91. I'm Cal Moss with your On Point local weather.
Palmetto State Armory is on a mission of making freedom available to all Americans. And with retail stores across South Carolina and a fully stocked online shop, we're delivering freedom coast to coast. PSA is an American-made and veteran-owned firearms company built for those who believe in the Second Amendment and the strength of self-reliance. From suppressors, firearms, ammo, and accessories to fishing gear and apparel, we're more than a gun company. We're a movement. Visit us in store or online at PalmettoStateArmory.com. Palmetto State Armory, American-made for life.
Game 5. With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. A federal judge has struck down 2 Trump administration actions aimed at eliminating diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at the nation's schools and universities. In her ruling on Thursday, U.S. District Judge Stephanie Gallagher in Maryland stated that the Education Department violated the law when it threatened to cut federal funding from educational institutions that continue with DEI initiatives. California Governor Gavin Newsom is calling for a special election on November 4th to introduce new U.S. House maps. The goal is to win 5 more Democratic seats. This move responds to Republican efforts to gain 5 seats in Texas. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 11 points, the Nasdaq dropped 2, the S&P up by 2. More details at srnnews.com.
Nobody plans for a plumbing problem. They come unannounced and usually at a very inconvenient time. Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning is your trusted ally. They recognize just how vulnerable a customer is at this time, and they want to help. They have well-trained plumbers who are there to make a difference when you need it most. I've experienced this. They're knowledgeable about their craft. They're not coming to your house to pitch new products. If something is broken, they'll give you a price to fix it if it's possible, or a price to replace it if necessary. Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning is also locally owned and operated, or I simply wouldn't endorse them. Josh and his team prioritize customer service above everything else. They handle every issue with care and precision. Those are not just words. I've had Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning out to my home. They back up those words with their actions. If you have a crisis, get some peace of mind. Online, you find them at franklinplumbing.sc.com or you call 799-2222. That's 799-2222. I'm absolutely positive they will make whatever is wrong right again. Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning.
If you've never had genuine Wagyu or Hereford steaks and burgers, you don't know what you're missing. Time to order the best of the best from HandJCattle.com. These are local farmers in Saluda where tradition meets quality. The best quality beef and a discount for Point listeners. Enter keyword The Point as one word and get 10% off, plus free delivery in Lexington and Richland County orders of $50 or more. It's cooked in season over at HandJCattle.com.
Yo, did you see these shirts we made for the party? They're fire.
I still can't believe we got those printed so fast. Where did we even get them done again?
Bardak Design. They're right on campus by the fairgrounds. Literally the best spot to get custom tees. You can't beat their prices, and can you believe how great they came out?
Oh yeah, they're super chill about designs. You can bring your own or they'll help you out, and it's also affordable.
Plus the turnaround. Lightning fast. They are super cool. And before I knew it, I had my swag.
Exactly. Bardak Design, 1334 Rosewood, in the heart of Carolina student housing. If you want custom gear for your group or event, they're the go-to. Seriously, it's where all the super cool designs happen.
Go see them or give them a call. 254-7940. Every time we've needed them, Bardak on Rosewood comes through with top-notch merch.
Bardak Design, 1334 Rosewood Drive. Custom tees, just a few steps from the heart of campus. Call 254-7940. That's 254-7940.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Sweet from Sweet Comfort Services HVAC. We're locally owned and operated, which really helps keep pricing reasonable. With lower overhead and more accountability, we stand by the systems we install, our repairs, and our parts. Most nationally owned companies know they have plenty of work this time of year when it's really hot. We'll treat you great no matter what time of year it is. Call Sweet Comfort Services HVAC at 803-331-8143. That's 803-331-8143.
And I didn't stop there, I swear. From the time I wake up to the time I lay down, it's the devil's playground everywhere that I look. Swear it's there in my blood. I was born to be lost. Lot of lines that I crossed, little more than I should. I'm losing me too. Pretty eyes and the proof. He knew what I bet.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Sports Talk Media Network tonight. From the Citadel, Coach Maurice Drayton, a couple of players will be with us here a little bit after 7 o'clock. Mike Morgan ordinarily would be with us tonight at this time. He is out tonight, so we'll catch back up with him next week. We're going to hear from Dabo Sweeney in just a few minutes. Also from South Carolina receiver Jared Brown and Christopher Bell, NASCAR star. Got all that coming your way, plus recruiting. We'll touch on some other news notes as well. Phone number 888-898-2525. Want to mention once again that summer is starting to wind down. Still got time to get in that summer vacation at the beach if you haven't done so already. Or perhaps you're thinking about the fall. I mean, if you're not going to football games, why not go to the beach and enjoy the beach and the great weather and watch football on the television if you're not going to the games? And so call Jimmy Smith and tell him you need a nice place with a big screen TV, and he'll find you exactly what you're looking for to take care of your needs, whether it's something right on the beach or maybe it's a few rows back or maybe even more inland. Whatever you need from a size standpoint and a budget standpoint, Jimmy and the staff, they've got their hands on so many hundreds of properties up and down the coast. And if you want to buy something as well, they're the people to go to. That's Jimmy Smith, James Smith Real Estate, 843-237-4246. They are located right on the border of Litchfield and Pawleys. Beautiful building, beautiful real estate office. Go inside and visit and check out all the great sports paraphernalia memorabilia that Jimmy has. PawleysVacationRentals.com online. PawleysVacationRentals.com. Again, that number, 843-237-4246 for your perfect beach getaway. Okay, some phone calls, and then we'll hear from Dabo Sweeney coming up. Now back to Andy, who was gracious enough to bow out. He probably didn't have You probably didn't have the correct answer anyway, did you?
I did have the correct answer, by the way, but I didn't know it was the correct answer, but that was going to be my guess.
Well, that was awfully big of you.
I have no interest whatsoever in racing, and I didn't feel like I should take someone else's time to try to answer the question. So
that's big of you. You get our
one time I went to the Southern 500 when I was a kid, and my good friend in junior high's mother actually went to school with Cale in Timminsville. Or Sardis, whatever you want to say.
Well, he lived in Sardis. Bergie, I think Bergie bought the estate right next to the Yarborough estate.
I did. It bumps up to the Yarborough estate.
But we went down to the pits and, met him. But, I'll be honest with you. From a kid that was from New York, all I did was get nauseated from the diesel smell.
It's not diesel. It's not diesel.
Or whatever. The gas, whatever it was. And all I ever saw
Wait a
was
minute, you're
people
from
got
New York
excited when the flag came down to start the race, when there was a wreck, and the last lap of the race.
You're from New York. You're from New York, and you let gas smells get to you, and you grew up in the gassiest city in the world, New York.
No, the gassiest city is when you're coming off the Jersey Turnpike, coming into New York. Right in there in Jersey, where I think it was a mobile plant. Boy, we used to go roll up the windows, but it was too late. It didn't matter if you rolled up the windows or not. It stunk. But saying something about the Citadel corn, I did go to Citadel summer camp.
Okay.
And and they wouldn't want me back after one summer there. Got into too much trouble. But what you were talking about last night in the dorms, that area is called the quads.
Quads, yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not the squares, the quads.
Believe me, I know it well.
Like I said,
I was out there marching it.
I wouldn't last 5 hours behind these walls. That's why I appreciate everybody that works here, lives here, goes to school here, because it's different. I mean, it's just truly different than any other place in South Carolina. So that's what makes it special. That makes it absolutely special.
If I didn't go to camp there, I probably would end up at College of Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, I had such a bad taste for Charleston. And I did move to Charleston after I lived in Atlanta for a while and was running a TGI Fridays there. I moved to Charleston and was running the California Dreaming over there on the Point. But I
know that California Dreaming. That's a nice place.
Yeah, everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in Mount Pleasant, loved Charleston. And if I would have realized what Charleston was like, and not that Charleston was what I knew of behind the steel doors of the slammer of Citadel, I probably would have been going to College of Charleston, because actually I did get accepted there to go to school there. So
it takes a special person, man or woman, a special person, to come into the Citadel and thrive and enjoy it and get through it. But then you're from what I hear, you're a better person for doing it. So that's why I always salute these folks. We got to run on, but appreciate the phone call.
Hey, one last thing, sir.
Yes.
Congratulations to the polar bear.
Yes. All-time home run record holder for the Mets.
Yeah, even though my Mets blew it last night, congratulations to the polar bear.
Y'all
have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, losing the Braves, that's blowing a 6-0 lead, no less, the Mets did last night. So Yankees didn't do any better last night, however, so I got no room to talk. Let's go to Tiger Bryan. Tiger Bryan up in Lancaster. Welcome in, Tiger Bryan. How are you?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing tonight? I kind of got in late tonight watching you. I mean, listening to you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I remember. Do y'all remember back in the day, down at Darlington, they had the IROC races on Thursday after qualifying for the big boys.
I do. I mean, it was a full week, half week. I mean, they would arrive on Wednesday and start practicing, and then they had events leading all the way up. And, of course, remember, correct me if I'm wrong, Bergie, I mean, for the longest time, the big race was on a Saturday. They didn't run on Sunday. that was kind of taboo to run on Sunday.
Probably true, Phil. That predates me, but my guess is, knowing NASCAR, and this was a sport that never ran on Easter, never ran on Mother's Day until recently. So yeah, my guess is not running on Sunday made sense. Though now they, the next phase was.
But my memory, my first Harley Davidson was at 79 Sportster. My birthday was on April 10th. That week, I'd take my wife, Miss Tiger Brown, called it Margarita week. I took the whole week off. I'd ride my motorcycle from Langston to Darlington and watch, and man, that was I'd go by myself, feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Meet people. I've done it about 10 years, yeah.
You don't exactly strike me, Tiger Bryan, as being a typical Harley, hog rider.
Oh man, my wife outrun. She's listening now. Tammy across the street. She got a fat boy. My wife outrun her on my Sawtail, and my wife took my Sawtail, and I had to sell my Sportster because I fixed it up for her too. Me and her both. We went to Myrtle Beach. Hey, we go down there. We went about 16 years in a row to the bike rally back in the day, But I'm going to give you a heads up about the Clemson Tigers this year. I'm just going to give something out on Michael Hayes. He's listening to me. He's a big Tiger fan, my boy here in Langston.
Yeah.
Give him a shout out. Hey, but I'm going to tell you something. I worried about the running backs. He done told me. I done talked to a couple other people here in Langston that's the big Tiger fans. They said, hey, get ready. It's going to be on like Donkey Kong. They ain't going to be,
They're not concerned.
That coach for LSU's talking all that smack.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't get him. Hey, he can't write the check that mouth talking to. You know me?
So the person you're talking to not concerned about the running back situation, that Clemson feels good about Adam Randall and David.
Everybody.
What's his name? David Eziomume.
I call him David E. I can't remember his last name.
I think it's Eziomume.
Don't feel bad,
Tiger Bryan. I don't care what he is.
Dabo calls him Easy E. So
yeah,
Easy E. That's right. You know what?
What's that?
Y'all didn't, guys. Y'all giving me tickets. Why y'all ain't gave Tiger Brown tickets? Hey, and I have people every time I go. So, well, you call on Sports. I said, yeah, y'all keep listening. Corn Blue and them the man. I ain't got no tickets for nothing. I feel disrespected.
Well, in this case, you have to earn the tickets, Tiger Bryan. You have to,
Hey, if I ain't earned it in 30 years plus calling in, I ain't going to never earn it.
All right, hang on a second. Hey, Plumber, how many truck tickets do we have left?
To the truck race? Let's see. Let me pull it up here.
I can get you some truck tickets, Plumber. Tiger Bryan.
Well, you can send me 2.
I got 4 tickets to the truck race, and I have 2 tickets to the Cookout Southern 500.
All right, we're going to go ahead and hook up Tiger Bryan with 2
Give me
truck
4
tickets.
tickets for the truck race.
We'll give you 2. We're going to give you 2. We're going to give you 2. We got to have the other 2 to give away. We're going to pair the other 2 with the other 2 cup tickets and give those away next week. But we'll send you 2 truck tickets.
You got my address, don't you?
1000 Hollywood Lane.
570 South Potter Road.
Well, now, don't put your address out there. You might get some crazy people coming by to see you.
Nah, they come on in here. I got something crazy. I'm crazier than any people. Hey,
all right.
I tell you, hey, I have got my CWPs, remember?
We're going to have to send them to you.
They come on up in here. They're going to have problems, you know what I mean?
I understand. We got to send them to you electronically, so hang on, and Plumber will get your either your email or – are you doing it by email or telephone there, Plumber?
Email.
So hang on, Tiger Bryan, and thank you very much. Okay. Great hearing from you. Appreciate – you're right. We owe you some – we should pay you. We should give you something for all your years of intellect and loyalty and great phone calls over the years, so –
And, Phil, quickly before we hit the break, you were right on the Southern 500, but you went the wrong direction. For many, many years, it was literally run on Labor Day. From 1950 all the way up to 1983, it was run on Monday. And then it went to Sunday in 1984.
That's it. Yeah. Monday, Labor Day. That's right. Okay, be right back.
75 years. One reputation, too tough to tame. The Lady in Black doesn't care who you are, rookie or vet, playoffs favorite or long shot. 75 years of scraped walls, battle scars, and history made the hard way. This Labor Day weekend, be there to write the next chapter of the Cookout Southern 500. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Darlington Raceway, August 30th and 31st. Get your tickets now at darlingtonraceway.com.
Major Billy Downer here from the Department of Natural Resources, and DNR is excited to announce the implementation of Go Outdoors SC, a new online licensing and boat titling system that you can access right from your phone. Through this new system, customers can purchase their hunting and fishing licenses, renew their boats, apply for lottery hunt opportunities, and complete electronic harvest reporting requirements. For more information, visit Go Outdoors SC at your local app store.
Traveling can be the worst, especially when you can't find your favorite show. Well, don't worry, we've got the perfect way to keep up with everything happening in the Palmetto State when you're away from home. Just pull up the Chief Sports app on your mobile device and you can listen live to Sports Talk.
All right, welcome in everybody. Sports Talk Media Network.
So the next time you can't find us on one of our great radio affiliates, just log on to the Chief Sports app, the best way to stay connected with the Sports Talk Media Network.
I'm attorney Jim Corbett. That's the sound of a big hit on you and your car or truck. I've been an attorney for more than 30 years, helping people who get injured in car wrecks and truck wrecks. If you have serious injuries, call Jim Corbett, 803-765-2968, or email me at jim@jimcorbettattorney.com. That's Corbett. I don't get paid unless I recover for you. Jim Corbett Attorney, for your best recovery from a big hit, 803-765-2968, or jim@jimcorbettattorney.com.
You're supposed to stay neutral, but your stripes show it's indisputable. Tiger fell, can't sit still, orange and purple running through his will. Calls it fair, but we know the drill. Tiger Phil, oh Tiger Phil.
Yeah. Speaking of the Tigers, Tiger Bryan. No better way to follow that than with Dabo Swinney, the head Tiger, the Tiger man, King Tiger, the leader of the Tigers. And today the Tigers had their last preseason scrimmage, getting ready for LSU coming up a couple of Saturdays from now. Let's get the latest from Dabo Swinney, opening statement, some questions from the media up at Clemson. Here we go.
Today it was good. This is always actually one of my favorite days because you kind of, I don't know, however long, 17 days or so we've been going since the 29th when we first started. So there's a ton of installation and it's got to get to that point where, it's been a lot of good on good. And so a lot of times some of those twos think they should be ones. And so this is always a day where I go everybody's a one. Because I put the so-called twos versus the ones in every situation, and so everybody's a one, right? Because if you are a backup, when you go in the game, they don't call timeout and take Cade out and all them guys out and put in the backups. That doesn't work. That's not how it works. And so today is always a great day to be able to evaluate where our backups are, and a lot of them get exposed on this day. And some of them show, hey, okay, they're ready for the show. Again, the play may be bad, but we're evaluating each one of them and how they do their job versus what we think is the best we got. And so it was a critical day from that standpoint. And then this is the day. This day won us the championship last year. This day right here won us the ACC championship because it's a critical situation day and end of the game type of stuff, and that's. All of a sudden, you don't ever know. You don't need it till you need it, right? And end of the game in Charlotte, we executed into the game situation. It literally, what we do on this practice showed up on that game day. And so a lot of critical end of the game situations, special situations, big play, need a touchdown, 2 seconds on the clock, 3 seconds on the clock, no timeout, last plays of the game, overtime, 2 points. I mean, there was just a lot of things that we got done, and then just got another 2-minute rack. We got some, good bit of high red zone, some low down in the green area. So just a good day, but mostly, our 2s on 1s, and again, some guys kind of showed up, some guys got exposed, and so it's an opportunity for everybody to get better from it. But this is our last preseason game, and that's all we get. We only get 2, and so always try to do it at this time of camp. Tomorrow will be kind of breaking camp mode for us. We'll practice tomorrow, and when we finish up tomorrow, they'll have Saturday off, and we'll come back in Sunday, and it's game prep. So tomorrow's kind of last day of that camp mentality, and then we got Sunday, and then we got all day Monday, Tuesday, 2 full days with no school to really have 2 good days of game prep. So then they'll start school next Wednesday. So this is a critical time for us as coaches. We got to make some decisions, because again, you only go based on what the tape shows and what you've been able to evaluate at this point. So I got to make some decisions and start getting our football team ready. I mean, we don't have to cut nobody, which is a great thing, but we got to decide who the 2 deep are and get ready to go play.
Who are some of those team guys that kind of showed out, you said?
I need to watch the tape. Watch the tape before I really answer that specifically.
The backup safeties, you were real high on them the other day. Today looking good again today.
Yeah, I mean, like all those safeties. I mean, it's a there's a lot of competition there. I mean, there just is, and that's a good thing. I mean, I know sometimes people want you to just have, this is the guy and this is the guy. Well, I like it more when we got a bunch of guys. That's kind of how I like it personally. I like it when we got a bunch of guys that I trust to go play. It makes me sleep a lot better when you're not worried about one guy grabbing an ankle and all of a sudden there's a Grand Canyon drop off. I like it when we got dudes. I kind of liked it when we had Vic Beasley and Shaq Lawson rotating in. That was pretty good. I like it when we got Grady Jarrett and DJ Reader and Carlos Watkins. And I like it when we can rotate these receivers that we got in these back. We got a lot of good depth. Safety's the same. We got some guys that we got a bunch of guys that have played, but we've got some guys that have shown they can really be a factor for us this year. Like Ronan, for example. I mean, he's had a really good camp, and he's a guy that we moved him the week, I think game week, like right before the game week last year. I wish I'd done it earlier, but he looks different. And so this time last year, he was just trying to figure out like which way's left and right and up and down, and now he looks the part. And so he's in the mix, and Khalil and KG, and, Robert Billings, Ricardo. Joe Wilkerson's had a nice little camp. Colin Webb has made a big jump for us. He's really changed his body. He's had a good camp. There's T-Bone. T-Bone plays everywhere. T-Bone's kind of our security blanket. We can kind of put him anywhere. Just a great veteran presence. I mean, we've got I think I said KG. We got a really good, just deep group of guys that we think can play. Noah Dixon has been out. Noah was kind of trending, and then he's been out the last week. So hopefully we'll get him back soon. He's been out of the mix for about a week.
Was Khalil Barnes and Jalen Lucas able to come back to practice this week?
They practiced some. Yep. Did not scrimmage today. I think Jaden probably could have scrimmaged, but he was in green, so I think he'll be ready to go probably Saturday or Monday. We'll be off Saturday or Sunday night. He should be probably ready. And then Khalil's close. He's getting closer. He did some end of the game stuff, but no live scrimmage today.
What did you learn about the punting competition today?
I know everybody's all concerned about the punting situation, but because we don't like just say this is the guy. I think we got multiple guys. I mean, same thing. I know everybody wants to just have one guy, but I think we got 3 guys that can go do it. And I gotta. Right now, I'd have to pray about it and put their names in a hat and ask God to pull out the right one for me on game day because they're really competing. They're competing. I love that. I love the fact that they're competing their tails off. They all can do it. We got 2 weeks. We'll start. It's one of those decisions we got to make, but also one of those things that I think will probably go, probably another week or so. That's just how close it is. But it's they all can do it. They all can do it. I mean, they can launch at 60. They can also, shake at 20. So we can do all those things, but they're a talented group. I think it's going to end up being a good group for us. And hopefully one guy will eventually really solidify it, but sometimes you got to go to the game to really make that decision. When it's that close, sometimes you got to get to the game. But the good news is I think we got 3 guys that can do it.
All right, there you go. Dabo Swinney, all of Dabo Swinney from today, the post-scrimmage meeting with the media on our website, SportsTalkSC.com, so you can check that out. So punting is becoming a big topic around here. Punting is a big question at Clemson. It's a big question at South Carolina. I tell you where it's not a question. It was not a question last night at Charleston Southern, where we had Gabriel Brown, I call him the Undertaker. He's one of the best punters in FCS, and they're counting on him to have another big year, preseason FCS All-American. Same thing here at the Citadel. They got one of the best punters in FCS as well, in Jay Platt, and he's going to be one of the guys. James Platt. Did I say Jay? James Platt. He's going to be one of the guys joining us here after the top of the hour break when we have Coach with us. Yeah, James Platt, he'll be with us. I think he's out of South Aiken. And cornerback Bradley Jones from Emerald, who says he's the fastest man on campus. He's a track guy here for the Citadel as well, runs about a 4.3. They'll be with us after we talk with Coach first. Seriously, you're running a 4.3, you probably are the fastest man on campus. All right, we got the Bulldogs of the Citadel coming up here after the break. We'll have some more South Carolina stuff for you. Christopher Bell as well, recruiting too. We'll be back.
WQXL Columbia, W264DF.
Grills, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces. Summer sizzle starts with Bart. This is 107 The Point.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Another state is considering redrawing congressional maps.
Governor Gavin Newsom, a Democrat, says the California plan is partisan to redraw congressional maps in an effort to help his party win 5 more House seats next year.
We have got to recognize the cards that have been dealt, and we have got to meet fire with fire.
This would all be up to voters to decide. In Texas, lawmakers are considering a new map that would help them send 5 more Republicans to Washington.
We can't stand back and watch this democracy disappear district by district all across this country.
I'm Ed Donahue.
Officials in the northern Caribbean warned Thursday of heavy rains and dangerous swells as Tropical Storm Erin approached the region. National Weather Service senior hurricane specialist Jack Bevan says Erin is expected to strengthen as it moves closer to the Leeward Islands and possibly the Virgin Islands.
Over the next couple of days, we anticipate that Erin will turn towards the west-northwest on a track that may bring it near or just north of the Leeward Islands and possibly the Virgin Islands during the next 2 to 3 days. And will likely intensify during this time. We expect it to become a hurricane tomorrow, and then maybe over the weekend or early next week, a major hurricane.
Bevan is encouraging people along the East Coast to keep tabs on the storm. The Supreme Court has refused for now to block enforcement of a Mississippi law aimed at regulating the use of social media by children. The case deals with an issue of growing national concern. The justices on Thursday rejected an emergency appeal from a tech industry group challenging laws passed in Mississippi and other states that require social media users to verify their ages. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 11 points, the Nasdaq dropped 2. More at townhall.com.
If you're living with pain, see how Relief Factor can help.
I'm an artist and I'm in my studio. I listen to the radio all day and I'm hearing the ads about Relief Factor. And I've got pain in my neck and it's getting worse. And I'm thinking, well, I'm going to go ahead and order this. 2 weeks later, I've got much better range of motion. If you're experiencing pain at a certain point in life, I would get Relief Factor.
Fight pain naturally with Relief Factor. Go to ReliefFactor.com and get your 3-week quick start today. Only $19.95.
Progressive knows we all crave validation.
Girl, you are not 37.
I would have guessed 27.
You guys are too sweet.
Sure, dewy skin. Terrific.
Is something wrong, Ned?
Why would you ask? Just because today marks my 10th anniversary without a car accident or even a speeding ticket? But somehow, tonight's all about your skincare.
Wow. With Snapshot from Progressive, you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. And that's all the validation you need. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
3 sheriff's deputies in Southern Virginia are recovering from gunfire injuries which they received while serving warrants yesterday. Correspondent Jennifer King reports.
That drew a swarm of police activity near Pittsville, about 40 miles from the North Carolina border.
They were not struck by the bullets, but by shrapnel, it appears. One of the officers was transported to the emergency room just out of an abundance of caution.
Pittsylvania County Sheriff Mike Taylor.
They were there on a warrant service and to serve a protective order.
Taylor says the officers are okay.
All 3 are well. Of course, they're shaken up.
Suspect James Andrew Leonard, who was originally sought for brandishing a firearm and trespassing, surrendered after an hours-long standoff. Audio courtesy WSET. I'm Jennifer King.
The attack was first reported by Republican Congressman John McGuire on X. News and analysis at townhall.com. From Washington, I'm Keith Peters.
On Point Weather is made possible by our friends at Palmetto Citizens Federal Credit Union on 107 The Point.
Here's tonight's forecast. Cloudy with a 30% chance. We get some overnight rain and the low dipping down to 75. Tomorrow it's more clouds than sunshine. The high is 92 and we do have a 30% chance for rain in the afternoon. For the weekend, Saturday gives us about a 40% chance we get some storms, but Sunday looking wonderful. Mostly sunshine-filled skies, a high of 91. I'm Cal Moss with your On Point local weather.
WQXL Columbia, W264DF.
Grills, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces. Summer sizzle starts with Bart. This is 107 The Point. This is The Point. Make the
Welcome back to Sports Talk on the Sports Talk Media Network. You can reach the guys with the South Carolina Education Lottery lucky number. 888-898-2525. That's 888-898-2525. Now back to Phil and Chris with the second hour of Sports Talk on the Sports Talk Media Network.
Okay, back with you on Sports Talk Media Network on this big Thursday night as we continue on the Palmetto Pigskin Tour. Tonight we're at the Citadel. We're going to be talking to Coach in just a few minutes. He's still on a phone call, Coach Maurice Drayton, tying up some loose ends on the phone. So we're going to go ahead and jump on board here with a couple of the Bulldog players who are joining us tonight. And they're a couple of outstanding quality players and South Carolinians, and I can tell just good people. We've got Bradley Jones, cornerback out of Emerald, and we've got Bigfoot James Platt, punter. Here we are with punters again from South Aiken. You know, we were visiting with your buddy at Charleston Southern last night.
Oh, yeah. Great punter.
Yeah.
Gilbert Brown.
Gilbert Brown, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Y'all ever have go out and meet somewhere and have a competition?
Not yet. Not yet.
Well, you two are two of the best in the country, so we're honored. And we've got the fastest man on campus, Bradley says, a gold medal winner in the Southern Conference track and field championships in the 100 meters.
Yes,
so
sir.
Congratulations to you. Let's start with you. Speed kills, huh?
Speed kills.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How's it going out there in practice so far?
Man, it's going amazing. Definitely tighten down my technique, seeing the ball better, breaking on the balls better, I'm in shape, I tell you that. So it's definitely going to be a great upcoming year.
So You didn't have a winning record last year, but you won some games, much improved over the previous year. Are you sensing the carryover from last year in camp this year as you're building towards this season?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Coach Drayton got us going 100% full throttle, man. He always talks about pushing us to the red line, so we're definitely out there on practice, red lining our bodies and our minds, getting us stronger, and we're ready. We're ready.
So is there anyone on the offense, any receiver on the offense who can run by you?
No, absolutely not.
No.
We talking about speed kills, so definitely Coach Jackson has helped me, understand that, I can, since I'm fast, that I can slow down, I can get a better read, I can, take a look at the quarterback and understand, like, hey, he's dropping to my side, ball coming to me. So it's allowing me to play slower, and then, like what I was saying, like, dial in my technique. So now, like, I'm not panicking that a receiver gets up on me, because I know that, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to catch you. So
how short is your recovery time on when you're covering a receiver and he makes his break and, you got to recover to get back on top of him? How quickly can you
getting on my breaks, just low pad level and everything like that. So, I mean, it's all about just your pad level. So I would say my recovery time is pretty good. My coach always tells me, invite the fade. You're fast, like, please run deep. Like, that's what I want you to do. So, like I said, I'm playing slow, letting the receivers break in front of me. So when that happens, I'm just coming downhill super fast.
Do they use you in the return game?
We're starting to. I talked to Coach Colson. Coach Colson always say, "Don't ask me to get on special teams." I asked him, I was like, "Hey, Coach, can I get a little returns in this and that?" He was like, "Absolutely." So I'm learning from Braylon and all the other returners, JGB, about how to actually do it and stuff like that. So
that's awesome. James, your story is a great story. I mean, you played at South Aiken. Did you do more than punt?
Not in the end. I kicked off for 1 year, my junior year.
With the Thoroughbreds?
Yes, sir.
But primarily a punter?
Primarily, yes, sir.
You could have walked on some places, but you came to the Citadel. You weren't on the football team. And give the story about how you ended up being a punter. You averaged 47 yards a punt last season.
Yes, sir. I came in freshman year, and it was that COVID year in 2020, so we had some cut roster spots, so I wasn't able to hop on the team at that point. So they told me to come back in the spring, and I figured the best way to do that was be on the equipment team, stay close, just keep myself in front of the coaches. And that worked out, and they invited me onto the team to start my sophomore year, and got my first live reps in game my junior year.
But you had to show them something, right? They saw you just sort of messing around, punting the football, and they said, man, can you do that in a uniform in a game?
Yeah, I would go out we're always out there early as the equipment team. Yeah. So I'd go out there and I'd help our specialists out and catch punts, and I'd just punt them right back to them. So they saw the consistency they were looking for and some technique. I didn't have a lot back then, but they were happy to give me a try, and I'm glad they did.
Do you have a nickname?
Coach Drayton likes to call me Platt McAfee, but mostly it's just Platt.
Just Platt.
Yes, sir.
So, as I was talking to Gilbert last night over at Charleston Southern, I mean, do you take more pride in booming, deep, long, high-hanging kicks, or do you prefer killing the ball inside the 5-yard line and helping turn the field around that way?
I prefer booming a long kick that goes out inside the 5.
Okay. You want everything.
I do.
Yeah.
We're getting pooches. They're fun. It's awesome. It's a great feeling to hit a ball up there, put it up in the air, and let your gunner go out and get it.
Yep.
And that's a great feeling, but it's hard to beat a long bomb.
Like I said last night, I hate to keep bringing Gilbert up here. He's a rival, but I mean, you guys are two of the best punters in FCS. But I mean, and it's a great talent and a great art and a very valuable weapon, but nobody wants to see you very much on the field. They want to see the offense scoring touchdowns, not settling for punts.
Yeah, my PR team's working on it.
What, punting is beautiful? Is that what you're going to go with?
I think so. That's a pretty good one. I'm going to have to take that.
Yeah, punting, there's nothing wrong with a beautiful punt.
No, there's not.
Do you have aspirations for moving on to the NFL, getting a shot?
Oh, 100%. Yes, sir. It's hard work, and got to put a good season together, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. Tell us about your technique. Tell us about what it's like for you. What are you looking for on the snap, and then take us through your technique.
For me, with a snap, I'm not too picky with it. I just like on frame between my knees and my shoulders, and from there, it's put the nose at 130-ish, and because I'm left-footed, normally everybody says 11 o'clock, and that's all I've ever heard in my life, but it's 130 guy. And put that nose there, see the logo on the ball, and put your foot up to the middle of it.
Are you do you elevate off the ground when you punt?
Yes, sir. Elevate and celebrate.
That's it, huh?
Yes, sir.
Elevate. You ever caught one of his punts?
I have not, actually. I've never caught one of his
We got
punts.
to get you one.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm
Do you
good.
sit back sometime and watch him? I mean,
absolutely. He's out there early.
Is it awe-inspiring when you see that thing?
It's so high.
Yeah.
It's so high. Like, I don't understand how you get that amount of force on the ball. You know? So it's definitely interesting.
Yeah. So defensively, what do you make of the group overall in camp? How good do you think you guys will be on defense?
Oh, we're going to be amazing. We're talking about stopping the run, eliminating explosive plays, and as we call ourselves Code Blue, and we're 100% doing that. Coach Jackson is doing a great job of telling us what needs to be done in practice, what goals we need to focus on, and we take it day by day, and each day we're getting better. So.
You see a strength on defense as being your group in the secondary, or is it the guys up front and the pass rush coming off the edge? What do you
yes,
see?
Sir. So, me personally, I think that our secondary is 100% locked down. We have a great secondary. We got some guys in that can 100% play, and like I said, we're getting better each day. And our D line, I mean, Chris Iverson, he's a dog. He's a dog. He gets back there, and Mo, he gets back there. So, I mean, when you got pressure like the D-line putting pressures on the quarterback, I mean, they get so many sacks every day in practice. It's crazy. And it's allowing us to it's making our job easier. You know what I'm saying? We only have to cover for 3 seconds now, and that's nothing. The receiver can't even get to his real route now. So 100% our D-line and secondary is amazing right now.
Have you set any personal goals for this season?
Yes, sir.
Oh, what are they?
Absolutely. I have to get an interception. And not just 8 interceptions. I'm talking about 5, 6 interceptions. We're gonna start off big.
Yeah.
So that's 100% my goal is to make interceptions.
Now you making the defense sound so dominant. I'm worried about the offense.
Hey, Platt, what you be seeing that practice, man? What you be seing that practice? Cause
tell me about the offense. Who wants to talk about the offense?
Well, neither of us are qualified to, but man, it's a battle. I mean, when I'm sitting out there watching, and because I get to sit on the sideline, a good bit of practice.
Special team guys, really, do you actually practice football very much?
Some would say no. I would say yes, but no. It's a battle. It's tough, especially in the trenches.
Yeah.
Man, those guys get after it. Our offensive line, defensive line, it's every day. Every day it's tough. You watch them in one-on-ones, and you don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
All right, let me ask both of you this before Coach Drayton joins us after the break. You're Citadel guys. You've been here a long time.
Yes, sir.
And so you chose to stay here, and you what's your year? How many?
Going into my junior year.
So you've been here a few years. So what does it mean for you to be playing football here, but also being a Citadel student, cadet, whatever it was that you went through, and you're still here?
I can't thank the school and the coaching staff and the football program enough for what they've done for me, and the qualities that you get from being a student at the Citadel. It has helped me tremendously in life, and coming back for this last year, it was a decision, but not a tough one. It was the opportunities that I've been given by this program just far outweighed anything I could get outside of it.
Yeah. Bradley, how about for you?
For me, man, I always tell everybody, I just got to thank my brother. He came to the Citadel, and I wanted to play college football with him. So having that opportunity to play college football with my brother definitely definitely played a big part in, just staying here because, like, that's something that you're not going to get, and ever since then it's been great. Coach Drayton and the entire staff, I built a great bond with my team. I mean, even with the track team, it's definitely a big bond around here. So it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
We wish you guys very best of luck this season. I hope you don't have to work too much, Platt.
Me neither.
If you're working a lot, then, Coach Drayton's not going to be happy with the offense. And we wish you 6 or 7 interceptions.
Yes, sir.
And you like that, huh?
I love it. I love it.
Thank you guys for coming over.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you very much. Good luck this year. Stay healthy.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you very much. Bradley Jones and James Platt joining us here on Sports Talk from the Citadel. After the break, Coach Maurice Drayton is going to be with us. At least I think he is. I just saw him a minute ago. He'll be with us, and we'll go in. We'll find out about the offense from him. He'll tell us about the offense. He's probably going to say the offense is really good and the defense is really good, and because he's a very positive guy. I know that. All right, we'll be back with the coach after the break.
75 years, one reputation, too tough to tame. The Lady in Black doesn't care who you are, rookie or vet, playoffs favorite or long shot. 75 years of scraped walls, battle scars, and history made the hard way. This Labor Day weekend, be there to write the next chapter of the Cookout Southern 500. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Darlington Raceway, August 30th and 31st. Get your tickets now at darlingtonraceway.com.
There's a lot of things we take for granted in our lives. Your home's AC will run cool. Your drive-through coffee will be hot. And the car will start when it's time to take your kids to school. It's when things don't go as planned that you start thinking about who to call and where to turn. The good thing is, you can prepare for life's most difficult days by calling the Larry Lucas Agency today. Larry is a State Farm agent that has been taking care of people across South Carolina for more than 2 decades. You probably have insurance, but switching is easy, and bundling can save you hundreds or more. Most importantly, the Larry Lucas Agency can help you choose the protection you want at the price you want. All backed by South Carolina's #1 home and auto insurance company. Visit LarryLucasAgency.com today or give Larry a call at 803-799-1998. Like a good neighbor, Larry Lucas State Farm is there.
One lottery ticket makes a big difference for our state students. And when I say big, I mean bigger than jackpot big. Since 2002, South Carolina students have benefited from more than $6 billion in lottery-funded scholarships and grants, including the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. With every lottery play, you're supporting our students, and that adds up in a big way. That's why education is our middle name. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Okay, we're back. We're going to call an audible while we're here at the Citadel. Coach Drayton had to step into a quick film session, quick little meeting. He'll be with us after the bottom of the hour break. So you have to be able to adjust on the fly. Live radio, we just can't stop and, record something and throw it out there. This is live radio. So he'll be back with us a little bit after the bottom of the hour break. And then we'll talk with him for a few minutes. Also hear from Christopher Bell, bring you some recruiting also. In fact, we'll do that in a moment. But right now, some comments from South Carolina receiver Jared Brown, who well, Bergie, from his times at Coastal Carolina. Came to South Carolina last season. Was pretty good, had a good year. Had some injuries that slowed him down a little bit. His speed is his thing, is it not?
Oh, no doubt. I was going to say, since you pointed that out, injury is about the only thing that would slow Jared Brown down. If he's 100% healthy, he can be a major weapon for the Gamecocks.
Well, they're hoping that he will be 100% healthy, and he will become a major target for Lenora Sellers in the passing game. And he spoke with the media the other day talking about progress in camp, his own progress, and looking forward to this season.
Mike Furry was talking a little bit about how the freshman receivers are really pushing you guys, the older guys in that room. Do you feel like that's the case so far? And just what sticks out about those new guys coming into the room?
Yeah, man, there is a lot of talent that just came into this room. They come to practice, work hard every day. They came in early, so they're a step ahead of some of the other guys that came in, in the summer. So that's also a good thing too. They're showing a lot of maturity. Like I said, they're hardworking, so I love to see it.
Noticed in the indoor facility, you guys have a lot of your mantras on there. One of them being "Win the fourth quarter battle." What does that mean to you, and how do you guys be able to go out in the field and be able to do that on a game-to-game basis?
Yeah. So like win the fourth quarter. We want to outlast the opponent. So we're gonna work harder than you. Like every quarter at that. But when it comes to the fourth quarter, we're gonna outwork you there. We're gonna out physical you, and also out mental you too. So Coach is doing a good job to get us prepared for that moment.
From the end of last season to now, where have you seen yourself? Where have you seen your game improve the most?
Yeah, just being an all-around receiver. Coach Furry is a big part in that. He knows what it takes to get to the next level. So. Some of the stuff that he's teaching me and also the other receivers, this is going to help us get there. So just, the overall of being the real true receiver, I'm getting better at.
How much of a focus early on in camp has blocking been for you guys? And can you kind of take us through, like, what you guys do in practice to kind of, like, improve in that area?
Yeah, I mean, blocking is very important. It's a key thing that you need to have to be able to win football games. And blocking on the perimeter is a big part of that. So Coach Furry and all the other coaches have really emphasized that. So something that we're working on.
You said the all-around receiver. What was your game last year that you don't think was an all-around receiver?
Just the art of route running. Before I transferred from Coastal. So coming here, working with Coach Furry, really working on route running, sticks, all those things. Just like I said, just being a true wide receiver like that.
Coach Furry, a lot of people are talking about, his recruiting and his big personality and things like that. What can you share about who he is behind the scenes?
Yeah, he is a very funny guy. I love to be around Furry. He loves his players, and he knows all of his players on a personal level. So just knowing that, and a coach that can be able to do that, that speaks volume to me and also the other players. So he's also a family guy too. He'll invite us over and he'll have dinner at his house. Just different outdoor activities. He'll also invite us to just to have that fellowship, brotherhood in the wide receiving room.
The Sports Talk Recruiting Report is sponsored by Seawell's Catering.
All right, comments of Jared Brown of South Carolina, and they expect him to have a breakthrough season this season. He did it at Coastal Carolina. He had a 58-catch season in 2023. Berge, you saw all those catches. Had 5 touchdowns, but last year only 15 catches in 9 games, so they'll be expecting a bunch more. Coach Drayton's here, but he can listen to the recruiting report. Let me tell you. Hello.
Is the Citadel on there tonight?
Yeah, I like recruiting.
Citadel on there.
He likes the recruiting report, don't
right.
you? Yeah. We're going to get back to you in a minute. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, look at all that stuff, though. You got a bunch of information there.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to it. All right, there goes a bunch of your big guys. There go the Hogs. Those are Hogs. Those
defense, D-line coming through right now. Got linebackers.
76 looks kind of mean.
Most days. It's Mikey Rosa right here, starting linebacker.
Well, he'll take your head off. I can see that.
Absolutely.
Already. Yes, sir. All right. Get back to you. During the break. You're doing the break? Yep. Okay. We're working on the fly here because the Citadel is on the move. And when they're on the move, we got to be on the move ourselves. Recruiting is brought to you by Seawells. And we invite Coach Drayton and all the Bulldogs to get to Seawells for the daily luncheon buffet.
I like that.
Yeah. Plummer, tell Coach Drayton what we got on the menu tomorrow at Seawells for the daily luncheon buffet.
Well, Coach, I wish I could say it was roast beef, but no. Tomorrow, it's Southern Fried Chicken, sliced beef brisket, fried flounder fillets, and sausages with peppers and onions.
I want it all.
Well, you got it all. So when you're recruiting in Columbia, you go to see. You know where Seawells is,
Absolutely. I know
right?
exactly where it is.
Right across from the Rocket
Yes.
at the fairgrounds.
That's right.
It's only $15. They'll probably let you eat for free. Tell the Seawells who you are. They'll let you.
Oh, I'm all about it.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. Get back to you.
All right.
So that's the daily luncheon buffet tomorrow from 11 till 2. And, of course, for the very best in catering, you want to call the folks at Seawells. Let them handle all your big events that are coming up. 803-771-7385, online at SeawellsCateringSC.com. So a basketball note to start with. 7-footer Jones Lay, one-time Green Sea Floyd's and Atlantic Collegiate athlete, now attending Moravian Prep in Hickory, North Carolina. And his recruiting, of course, has heated up over the summer. And he told us now he's going to take an official visit to Florida on September the 5th. And he also is going to take one to South Carolina on September the 12th. He's been talking to Lamont Paris, Gamecock coaches, a good bit about that upcoming visit. He likes their offense and how they use their big man, how they get the big man some dunks inside and some alley-oops. Of course, he's a big guy who likes to shoot the three. You watch his video, you see him knock down a lot of threes. So those two are going to get official visits. He also plans to take officials to Santa Clara and to Loyola Marymount. No particular connections to the West Coast. They've just been recruiting him hard. So he plans to visit out there as well. He's looking at making his decision the early to middle part of October. Football, 2027 defensive end KJ Green of Atlanta in a story with Rivals. He'd been favoring South Carolina, but he said now he's favoring Alabama at this point. He does plan to visit South Carolina for the Clemson game. South Carolina 2027 target defensive end Rashad Streets out of Raleigh was offered by Ole Miss. And 2027 offensive tackle Kelsey Adams of Fairburn, Georgia, has South Carolina in his top 10. He announced that. The others are Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, Nebraska, Auburn, Ohio State, LSU, and Kentucky. And there you go with recruiting for now here on Sports Talk. Be sure to check it out regularly on our website, SportsTalkSC.com, on our X page, SC Sports Now. SC Sports Now on X. Give us a follow. You can follow our recruiting there as well as the other stories that we repost from those posting recruiting stories. Okay, Coach Maurice Drayton is standing by. He'll be with us after the break. And then after we wrap up with him, my conversation with Christopher Bell earlier today, the NASCAR star. We got that coming up for you too. And we'll be back after this break.
On Point Weather is made possible by our friends at Palmetto Citizens Federal Credit Union on 107 The Point.
Here's tonight's forecast. Cloudy with a 30% chance. We get some overnight rain and the low dipping down to 75. Tomorrow, it's more clouds than sunshine. The high is 92, and we give a 30% chance for rain in the afternoon. For the weekend, Saturday gives us about a 40% chance we get some storms, but Sunday looking wonderful. Mostly sunshine-filled skies, a high of 91. I'm Cal Moss with your On Point local weather.
Are you looking for free checking and free savings? Dave Ramsey here, telling you to go see my friends at Palmetto Citizens Federal Credit Union. They're not a mega bank that's so big they lose the ability to treat you like a human being. At Palmetto Citizens, you're not just a number, you're a member. Join today at any of their 14 locations or at palmettocitizens.org. Federally insured by the NCUA.
That have with SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Russian President Vladimir Putin praised U.S. President Donald Trump's efforts to end the war in Ukraine more than 3 years after Moscow launched its invasion, as the two leaders prepared for a pivotal U.S.-Russia summit Friday in Alaska. Putin made the remarks Thursday following a meeting with top government officials on the summit. Justice Department indictments have been unsealed against 3 leaders and 2 high-ranking enforcers of Mexico's United Cartels. It's the latest U.S. move against major Mexican drug operations. United Cartels is an umbrella organization made up of smaller cartels that have worked for different groups over time. The organization holds a fierce grip over the western state of Michoacan in Mexico. More details at srnnews.com.
Sometimes timing is everything, and I've been talking the talk about Broker Solar for a good minute. I'm a fan. I've had some point listeners ask me about Broker Solar. They're on the fence because of what's going on in D.C. Now that the politics have settled, we know what's in that big, beautiful bill. We know the federal tax credit for getting solar power at your home. It's going to end in December. So the clock is ticking. You want that 30% federal tax credit, believe me. So we need to get Ken out to your place before they cut it. Plus, you'll still get a 25% tax credit here in South Carolina. So yeah, timing is everything. 30% federal, 25% state credit. Are you kidding me? That's a big part of the cost already knocked out for solar power. It's time for you to take control of your own power bill. Like I said, timing's everything. Now is the time. Online, it's brokersolar.com or just call Ken and his team. 807-7417. That's 807-7417. brokersolar.com.
Hey y'all, it's Ted from Flight Deck Restaurant. We're introducing Friday Night Prime Rib Special. Our great chefs at Flight Deck Restaurant have created a great prime rib dinner special, which includes a 10-ounce slow-roasted certified Angus beef prime rib dinner, served with 2 sides of your choice for only $22.95. And if you mention we love Flight Deck, you get a free cookie or a soft drink with your meal. So come see us at Flight Deck Restaurant to enjoy a delicious slow-roasted prime rib dinner. While you're here, check out the new and improved arcade with over 33 games. We at Flight Deck Restaurant thank you, and God bless.
Want to hear my success story? I'm Fran Halloran, the money coach. I'm celebrating a decade of partnering with The Point. It's one of the best decisions I ever made. I've used The Point to significantly grow my small business. It started with a meeting with Kevin Cohen. Do you own a small business? Are you on a limited budget? No problem. Reach out to Kev at 563-8558. Get a customized plan and start your journey to business growth with The Point today. Success is one call away. Take the leap.
We haven't read a letter from a homeowner in a while, but this one was so good we had to share it. Quote, we moved to Columbia about a year ago, heard your commercials on the radio, never thought I'd be writing one myself. We needed a roof and called 3 companies, Bergen and 2 others. One claimed to be the best, the other the premium roofer. Both were out-of-state owned, seriously overpriced. One even claimed they had someone who used to work for you. Shady all around. Bergen was honest, upfront, didn't take a dime until we were happy with the job. So thank you, Bergen Roofing. End quote. Well, we say thank you, Charles. Folks, Bergen Roofing is still locally owned and operated and always will be. No out-of-state investors pulling the strings, just a trusted team that puts homeowners first, not profit margins. If you're comparing roofers, ask who really owns the company. Bergen has served the Midlands for decades. Doesn't answer to any corporate boardrooms in another time zone. Just call the folks you can trust. Call Bergen, your neighborhood roofer, today. 798-ROOF. That's 798-ROOF.
Okay, welcome back. We continue now on the Palmetto Pigskin Tour. We're at the Citadel, and we're joined by Coach Maurice Drayton once again as he's going into year number 3.
Year 3.
Can you believe that?
Oh, time flies when you're having fun.
And you are having fun.
Yes.
How much are you enjoying this?
Oh, I'm enjoying being back at my alma mater, being in the low country, being around family and friends. It's been everything.
I know the first year was tough. Last year was better?
Yes.
What are you looking at this year?
Well, this year we're going to put most of our attention, and we have been putting most of our attention on situational football. We feel like we've closed the gap from the physical standpoint, the speed, the strength, the size of the human being. Now we have to get game good at football. Mm-hmm. We played really good football at times last year. Now we have to play really good football most of the time.
What do you see as, on the offense, what do you see as some of your most impressive weapons that you'll be able to rely on? Now, the quarterback situation is a little bit in flux because maybe your expected starter has got a hand injury, non-throwing hand injury, maybe kind of got that position up in the air a little
Correct.
bit.
So that position is in flux right now, but that's okay. Feel really strong about our running back room on offense. I will say that room as a whole right now is doing some really, really good things. So we're excited about that room. I can tell you Garrison Johnson has been very solid for us. He can play every down. He's an every down back. Corey Ibrahim is our early back for us, first and second down from a running standpoint. He does a really good job in the pass protection on third down. So he's an every down back. Mm-hmm. And then we have some other guys that they bring a skill set that we don't have, whether it's speed or whether it's power. And I'm not mentioning their names yet, but you'll know it when you see them on the field.
Up front, offensive line, what does that look like? How many are returning?
Yeah, so up front, this is the first time they're actually walking by us right now. Oh, these are tight ends, excuse me.
Okay.
This is the first time we feel like we have depth. We finally have depth on the offensive line. And we're playing with some of our combinations as far as guard tackle, center guard, but very excited about them as a whole. We feel like the biggest deficit, as you know this, at the FCS level, is the drop-off between the starters and the twos. And right now we feel like we've closed the gap, and when closing that gap when we sub or if someone's injured is very slim. So right now I'm ready to say we have 8 solid offensive linemen that we feel good about.
So last year offensively you did some good things. I'm sure that you saw some areas where you could really elevate it this year, and what are some of the areas? Like I know you averaged about 175 rushing yards per game last season. That's pretty good.
Yes.
I think most people would sign up for that. Were you happy with that? Do you need to do more, or is it more in the passing game that you've got to take it up?
Yeah, we always want to run the ball. Running the ball, as you sit in these hallowed halls, running the ball is in our DNA.
Yeah.
More specifically, triple option running the ball. So we want to get back to our roots and really command the line of scrimmage and do it through running the football. Passing game is growing. We feel really good what Coach Eskerka is doing in our passing game, building that as our pass game coordinator. From the vertical throws to the intermediate, underneath passing game, we're just trying to get better at it all. And I believe you can get better at all of it.
What does the quarterback situation look like at this point?
Yeah, you mentioned already, it's no secret. It's out in public. Our starter, Dustin Fletcher, and it's a sidebar. Here at our institution, our cadets, we don't have NIL collective. So our guys work. So he's working in the summer at a local restaurant carrying a tray full of glasses, drinking glasses. He fell and he severed, he cut a artery and 2 tendons. So he's sidelined for a little bit and he's recovering. So because of that, it's allowed us, we look at the benefit, it has allowed us to give more people reps. So right now we have Kobe Tompkins, who is a redshirt freshman, taking or splitting snaps with Quentin Hayes, redshirt sophomore from the United States Air Force Academy. In addition to that, Cooper Tankersley, a South Carolinian, he's fighting and clawing himself too. So we have 3 quarterbacks who are all taking snaps, who all have good skill sets that will give us a chance to win.
Let's go to defense.
Yes.
What'd you think of the defense last year? And how are you going to be better this year?
Yeah, Coach Jackson does a fine job on defense. And I will say this, it's not easy coaching defense or special teams for me. Okay, because that's where I cut my teeth. But he brings it every day. We really like what our linebackers are doing right now. We have 6 individuals who any one of the 6 can run out on the field first and represent us as the starter. And as we rotate, there's not going to be much drop-off. It was really big for us as a program as a whole to build depth, and we feel like we finally have depth in most positions. So having that linebacker core to kind of be the heart of the defense, really like what they're doing right now.
How about up front?
Yeah, up front is good. We're always going to be a little undersized. Being a military institution, you'll be a tad bit undersized up front, but these guys are feisty. They fight hard, and we utilize with the good creator of the universe gave them, and that's if you're going to be undersized, you better be fast. You better be able to move. So you'll see a lot of movement out of these guys. And right now, the best asset that they have is a relentless pass rush. So we are so you better so defensively we have to get guys behind the sticks so we can unleash these guys.
Enjoyed talking to Bradley Jones.
Yes.
Very confident young man. You need that when you're out there on the island. You put him on the island a good bit?
Yes, he'll be on the island a good bit. He'll play a lot from the boundary. Every once in a while, we'll put him in the field. We can even play him on the inside. This guy is fast. He has what we call long speed. He is the 100, 200-meter champion in the Southern Conference outdoor. Was it outdoor or indoor? I can't. Outdoor, excuse me. This guy.
Either way, it's fast.
Yeah, either way, it's fast.
Yeah.
So we're proud of him and what he's been able to do.
Do you like the overall look of your secondary led by him?
Yeah, so we like the look of our secondary. Now, we've had to replace some holes. We graduated some guys out of the program in the secondary. But the true leader of our secondary right now is Cale Williams. Cale has done a great job leading us. He's a preseason pick right now, journeyman starter. He leads that group. With him, Tyreek McDaniel is the other safety who has some experience under his belt, so we're glad to have him. And then at our nickel position, now that there's a battle there between Nicholas Marabella, who will be he'll be a true sophomore, and a Nolan Smith, graduate transfer. So we're looking at that battle. We're excited about that. Nolan came from Benedict University in Columbia.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, and we had Bigfoot on with us. That's a great story, James Platt. I was at one of your games last season, and I remember him punting, and I'm like, whoa, this guy, the ball just explodes off his foot. I mean, let's face it, you lucked into something there, didn't you?
Well, I don't want to say luck because he put in a lot of hard work. And the other thing he did was he accepted coaching. He's had 2 different special teams. Well, in his career, he's had 3 different special teams coordinator. Under my tenure, he's had 2 in Cade Rainings, who is now with the Las Vegas Raiders, and now Tony Coxum, who won a Super Bowl with Denver, who also coached special teams with Baltimore. So he's getting pro coaching right now in college, and he's been receptive to what he's already taught himself. He's a big personality, very confident guy. So I call him Platt McAfee because he reminds me of Pat McAfee when we had Pat when we were with the Colts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and special teams near and dear to your heart.
Absolutely. Once again, I've already said it. It's not an easy task to coach special teams with me or under me, just because I want to be involved so much. But Tony Coxum does a great job, and very excited about our punter. Very excited about our kicker. Ben Barnes has a big leg. Last year, we may have attempted too many long field goals for him. We got that corrected this year with his accuracy. The last 2 cycles I've been here, we've had All-American snappers. The first one being Storm Judy in our first year, All-American snapper, and then memory golly, I can't think of his name right now, but he was an All-American snapper in year 2, and I apologize for not being able to say his name. It just escapes me. So we feel like we have the components to continue on in that avenue of having very successful special teams.
So, for people like us, when you can't think of something,
you Google it.
And let's see, Steel Judy, I'm looking for another one. All I see is Steel Judy. I'm looking. I'll look while you talk about that.
Oh, my goodness. Nathan Tokar.
Okay.
Yes, out of the great state of Illinois. His nickname was Turtle. He just came here. He was a blue-collar guy, and he just worked every day on his craft. And we told him he had big shoes to fill with Storm leaving, who's now a state trooper here in the Low Country.
Really?
Oh, yeah. If you ever get stopped, you want to get stopped by him.
His name is Storm, but his real name is Steel.
Oh, my goodness.
Steel
I'm all
Judy?
confused. Storm is his brother.
Okay. Oh.
Steel Judy was our All-American long snapper. You got to excuse me. I apologize about that.
That's
Steel
okay.
Judy. who is a local state trooper for us. And then Nathan Tokar came in and filled the shoes.
So if I meet him on a, let's just say, a professional basis and I drop your name, you think maybe that'll help me?
Oh, I'm sure he's listening to the program. He's an avid sports guy. So, compliments to Steele.
Well, I drive a black Lamborghini, so you look for that, you won't find me. No.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy, you open up with a tough one.
Yes.
Whose idea was it to play North Dakota State?
We wanted that game. Our former athletic director and the gentleman who scheduled games at the time brought that to us, and really before we had the job. And I said, absolutely. By the time we get to year 3 and our vision and our plan for our football team, it will be right on time. And it is right on time because I mentioned earlier, we felt like we closed the gap from a physical standpoint. But now, in order to be a perennial power, it's more than what just happens on the football field. It's admissions. It's the class offering. It's the nutrition. It's how you eat. It's how you travel. So we wanted, and it was important to bring that element here to Charleston because we're not able to take our whole outfit there.
Yeah.
So having said that, we're excited about them coming to town. It's a chance for us to be around and to compete with the best of the best. You don't win 10 out of the last 14 national championships by happenstance. It is a program build. It is a program win.
And it's going to be a whiteout game. I mean, they're throwing the whole kitchen sink into this thing at the very beginning. I mean, building it up. It's going to be a noon kickoff. Obviously televised and all that kind of stuff. So great opportunity to kind of showcase what you've got here.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first 2 home openers for us has been whiteout games. So this is a continuation of that series. It's kind of a tradition that we wanted to start here with the first game being a whiteout. So we're excited about that. We're excited that they decided to participate in it because most people may not know, fans, they have to agree to it. So they agreed to it. So I'm very thankful for that. We're going to kick it off at high noon as if we're at the OK Corral.
And see what happens.
See what happens.
We thank you as always. Call in anytime you're driving across the state like you like to do. You have the hotline number. You can come right on board with us.
Yes, sir. And if my dad's listening, thank you for all you've done for us, and thank you what you've done for this country and this community.
We appreciate you joining us tonight, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, Coach Maurice Drayton here at the Citadel. Bulldogs will open up. They've got Meet the Bulldogs on August the 23rd. That'll be at noon. And then 1 week later at noon, number 1 ranked North Dakota State will be here in Charleston. That's going to be a heck of a ball game, and we'll see what the Bulldogs have in the tank for that one. Hope it goes well. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Maurice Drayton here. We'll be back after this break.
This Labor Day weekend, be there to write the next chapter of the Cookout Southern 500.
Clear, set sail.
NASCAR Playoffs weekend at Darlington Raceway, August 30th and 31st. Get your tickets now at darlingtonraceway.com.
Maybe your credit's seen better days, or maybe it's just never been quite where you want it to be. At Founders Federal Credit Union, we get it. Life happens. Things don't always go according to plan. But that doesn't mean your goals are out of reach. Whether it's a car to get to work or a little extra breathing room in your budget, we offer personal and auto loans to help you move forward. With flexible terms and a team that treats you like a person, not a number. We take the time to understand because you don't need a perfect credit score to start your next chapter. Visit a local Founders office or foundersfcu.com to learn more. Founders, helping you do life on your terms, helping you build a brighter financial future. All it takes is one visit to foundersfcu.com to get you started. Relax, you've got this with Founders. Membership qualification required. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Larry Leitner.
owner and founder of Midstate Roofing. And for nearly 30 years, we've continued to be the proven leader in the roofing and waterproofing industry. Midstate Roofing's proven history is your assurance that our professionals at Midstate Roofing will provide the proper advice, service, and results to the needs of your facility in a manner both safe and pleasing to your operation. From high-rise to hospitals, manufacturing to industrial, Midstate Roofing designs and installs bonded systems with a protective guarantee that will keep your operation dry and running long into the future. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And this is Blake Liner, reminding you to protect that roof with a maintenance contract. Call me today at 803-356-1919 or online at midstateroofing.com. That's midstateroofing.com.
You'll speak to an on-call technician after hours or a Midstate Roofing staff member during hours at 803-356-1919 or online at midstateroofing.com. And as always, tell them Midstate Twins.
If you have a leak, let Midstate Roofing take a peek.
Straight Up Sports is simply all sports, all the time. Straight Up Sports is a collection of retired and award-winning sports writers and sports broadcasters from around South Carolina. Like Bob Gillespie from the State Newspaper, Scott Kiefer from the Greenville News, and Marv Sturgis from ESPN Upstate. Straight Up Sports is about the stories, just like the days gone by with no editors nor managers involved. Check us out on Facebook or Twitter or online at straightupsports.net.
Thanks again to the great folks here at the Citadel, Jay Sullivan and coach and players for being with us tonight. This afternoon, had a chance to talk with Christopher Bell, NASCAR star driver, in Columbia tonight to throw out the first pitch at the Fireflies game. Here's our conversation. Well, first off, thank you for joining us. Great to have you with us. Know you're throwing out the first pitch tonight for the Fireflies. What are you doing? Fastball, four-seam, curveball? What's your plan?
My plan is to get it over the plate. That's my plan.
Do you have a baseball background at all?
I have zero baseball background. So I grew up in Norman, Oklahoma. A big-time Sooners fan. Love OU football. My dad was a basketball coach, so grew up playing football in the fall time, basketball in the winter time. No baseball though. So hopefully I can throw a baseball.
Yeah, I'd tell you, I was in Norman last football season covering South Carolina and Oklahoma. That's a nice community. I love the stadium and the facilities all around it. And you really wouldn't know, the stadium just sort of blends in with everything in Norman.
Yeah, we got a beautiful town over there in Norman, and just thankful to be. I love my history there. Love my upbringing. That's for sure.
Oh, no question. So I know you're looking forward to this event in South Carolina. You'll be back in South Carolina just a couple more weekends to get to Darlington. And, of course, the playoffs, you're getting ready for that. But you got a couple more races between now and then. And you finished second last weekend at Watkins Glen to that guy. That guy nobody can beat anymore, huh?
Yeah, how about that, man? Shane is he's smoking it. He's crushing us, and hopefully we can find a little bit before we get back to the Roval here in a couple of weeks. But I'm truly really excited about the Southern 500 Darlington Raceway coming up August 31st. Going to be a great race. Always is. It's a battle, and kicking off our NASCAR playoffs, which is always an exciting time.
For sure. And it being the playoff opener, I mean, whoever wins that race is going to be advancing to the next round. So do you put a lot of extra emphasis, maybe a little extra pressure on yourself to try to get that win from the start in the playoffs?
Absolutely. I mean, Darlington Raceway is just it's such a historic race, and the Southern 500 is a historic event. And so it just means more whenever you go there. And you always want to do well, and especially with the playoffs on the line, you know that your season is on the line whenever it comes to Darlington Raceway.
Well, you had a good run there in the spring, so you feel pretty confident?
I do, yeah. It's interesting because I was looking at my stats the other day of Darlington Raceway, and my stats do not show well. It looks like a track that I don't enjoy going to, that I struggle at, but I do. I feel really confident going there, and hopefully. Hopefully this year's the year that I can get that first Darlington win. I feel like we're close.
So you had a great run in the early part of the season. You won 3 in a row. Everybody was talking about you. Were you going to win them all? That sort of thing. What was that feeling like when you were on that roll?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. It just, things were clicking and it felt like we could do no wrong. And, I go back to last year. Last year, we had so many races slip away where we felt like we could win and we didn't win. And then we got repaid a little bit at the beginning of the year. Winning Atlanta was just a hard-fought battle. Coda was a hard-fought battle. Phoenix was a hard-fought battle that we came out on the winning side. So, we've fallen off a little bit on car performance and potential, and hopefully we can get back on that and get back up front competing for wins later on in the season.
All right, last thing, we'll let you go. You got 2 more regular season races before the playoffs. You don't have to really worry about a whole lot, but what do you want to achieve the next 2 weekends before you get to Darlington?
Man, the next 2 weeks, it is all about points. We're going to Richmond Raceway this weekend, a place that I should run really well at. Very important to qualify well, run good in the stages. And then Daytona, man, it's all about surviving. So we're in a really good spot in the regular season standings, and hopefully we can pick up a couple more if we, run well and have good finishes in the next 2 weeks.
Try a spitball tonight. Throw him a spitball.
I think I got more on my plate than focusing on what kind of pitch I'm going to throw. I'm going to make sure that I get it across the plate.
All right, there you go, Christopher Bell. Great talking to him. And I like him. He's been with us before, like maybe 2 or 3 times. We've talked to him leading up to a race at Darlington, and obviously he's a star. He's a high-quality driver, and he's been known to ruffle some feathers out there himself, hasn't he?
They all have. If you can't be successful in NASCAR if you're the nice guy on the track and let everybody pass you. It's just not going to work. Now, there's a line that you don't ever want to cross, so you don't want to intentionally run guys over. But you've got to protect yourself, and you've got to race. You get paid to win races. That's the only reason you're out there. And so, if he's not ruffling feathers, he's not winning early in the season the way he was. And he's an outstanding driver. I've been looking. If there's no video of him throwing out the first pitch, I question whether or not it actually occurred. Got to have video of him throwing the first pitch tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Okay, the BMW Championship being played. This is the second event of the PGA playoffs, and it's Robert McIntyre in with a 62. That's 8 under. Tommy Fleetwood, a 65, 5 under. Scotty Scheffler, a 66. Victor Hovland, Ben Griffin, Ricky Fowler, 67. Have not said that name a whole lot. So they are the top of the leaderboard, and we'll see what happens moving forward. Also,
McIntyre, Phil, real quickly, McIntyre did something he had never done in his career to date. He had 5 birdies in a row.
Woo.
He was tearing it up on the backside. He birdied from 13 all in. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18.
That's what you dream of.
That was 6, actually. 6 birdies in a row. I beg your pardon.
Want to also mention that the Bryan Bros announced today, along with South Carolina men's golf, the inaugural Bryan Bros Collegiate coming to Salina Club this fall.
Cool.
September 29th through the 30th. This should be interesting. We've talked about having some golf competition, college golf competition. Well, George will share more on that, I'm sure, tomorrow night with Birdies, Bogeys, and Biceps. And we'll be with Coastal Carolina tomorrow. Thank you, Bergie. Thank you, Plummer. Thanks to the folks at the Citadel.